Gregg Valentino. I got the I got the glasses on like Greg a little bit.
Oh, just don't hurt your eyeball.
Yeah. What are you drinking there? Let's go. We got Skip Mulligan's in the chat.
Root beer.
How you doing, buddy?
Diet root beer.
Diet root beer, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Did you who else we got? John Mancini, what's up, man?
What's going on, guys? Hey, John. Skip, what's going on?
Yeah, John, thanks for helping out with the monitor yesterday with Lucia and stuff and Greg.
Okay, thank you, John. I didn't even know any of this shit works. I know none of that stuff.
You don't. It's me and Lucia in the back.
People don't realize that shit. Like, Lucia handles everything for me. I have no idea. Even if you guys want to see what Lucia looks like, go to my a lot of people keep asking me, what does Lucia look like? Why won't she get on the phone? Just go to my Instagram, you'll see her picture there.
He doesn't like to get on camera.
Fuck it, you know.
Saldi's on there. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? John Saldi's on here.
Hey, John, thank you for the message and everything. I wrote back to you. I think you emailed me. Do you live in Mayapack? Do you live in Mayapack, New York?
He lives by Westchester or something. He just had some back surgery. So, John, I hope you are getting better and feeling better. You know, sitting down, relaxing.
Okay.
Morella's on there. What's up?
Morella.
What's going on?
Wait, hold on. I got to show Morella something. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I fucking forgot about this. Hold on, I'm coming.
All right, he's coming. Hold on, he's coming, guys.
After the show, on Morella's advice, I'm going to try Morella. Look at that.
Oh, look at this. The skinny.
Hey, Morella told me this.
Yes.
So, on Morella's recommendation, say, Morella, look, I listen to you. See, I listen.
Yes. Tastes like shit, but it'll be all right.
We're going to see how that is.
Yeah, try it out. See how it is. You know, whatever. But
it doesn't taste like Ugats over here. You know what I mean? Like, Joe, you know what I got to tell you? Listen,
what are you gonna tell me?
Joe called me this afternoon. We were talking, right?
Joe who?
You.
Oh, me. Okay.
When I was talking to her from the side of the road because it was helping my niece, right? You know, because her car broke down, and you know, I was like boosting it with a battery, right? So you know, I'm boosting it. We boosted it for like 45 minutes, didn't work, right?
Oh shit.
So now I go home, right? Well, I take her boyfriend Tyler with me, and you know, I bring him home, and he gets his car to go back, right? And he tells me because we've been boosting using my battery, right? He says, you know, let your car run for like 15 minutes, then turn it off. So I let it run. Now, Joe, I talked to you, I don't know, it was like maybe 4 o'clock or even, I don't know, it was somewhere around there, right? They just got home now, right? They're bringing home pizza and everything, you know. And they go, bro, you want me to turn your car off? And I'm like, holy fuck. It's been Joe, since I talked to you this afternoon, my car's been running outside my driveway for like 3 hours. I forgot to turn it off for 15 minutes. Oh, that's a fucking epitome of a Momo. That is a Momo.
That's a Momo. That's a Momo move.
That's a Momo. For 3 hours it's been running out, so I forgot all about it. And if he didn't come in and tell me that shit, like if they didn't come back here and tell me, I would have been like, that thing would have been running till we're done here. You know what I mean?
You've been out of gas. Your car's been out of gas. You've been
that fucking car sucks, dude. Jimmy the Bull's like, bro, how do you drive this fucking thing?
Who else
Jimmy
you got?
Bull loves it. He's like, how do you? It's the one with the fucking. You know, it's got no bumper and shit. It's, I don't know, I'm fucked up, but whatever. I just told you like 3 fucking hours, Joe. Well, it was actually running for like 4 hours because I had it run for an hour on the side of the road. So they're like, you know, well, you might have drained the battery a little bit trying to, you know, start her battery. So the fucking thing, I'm sitting here like a Momo in the house, you know, doing a little bullshit here and there. And I was even outside. I went in the back of the shed, you know, I was doing shit. And I come in, I'm walking right by the fucking car, not realizing it's running.
Anthony, lucky you don't live in a bad neighborhood. That car would be gone.
Dude, nobody want that car. I could actually put a sign, steal this car. They'd be like, I'm not stealing that fucking thing. They, you know, even if they were going to use it for like a robbery or something, the thing would break down. Fucking cops would be like, hey, you took the wrong car, you assholes. You know what I mean?
Saldi says he's got to tell you to call me whenever he's got any car issues. Insulin.
Who said that?
John Saldi.
So, John, you are the one that lives in Mayapack. I see a lot of people message me, and I forget who's. Do you live in Mayapack? You live in Mayapack, right?
I don't. He didn't say yet, but he lives in by. I think he lives close by you, not too far. What's going on, gas station guy? What's going on?
Gas station. I could have used you today.
You know, Greg, that you don't like when I'm in the car with Greg and I was driving, like when we went to Pennsylvania and stuff. Greg, like normally when someone says, "Hey, I got to go to the bathroom," you pull over to a gas station and go to the bathroom. Greg's like, pull over right on the highway. I'll run in the bushes right in the street.
Yeah, I
Greg will
don't
get shit right on the side of Route 80. He don't give a shit.
Dude, you know what I'll do? If I have to shit really bad, I'll throw newspapers or a plastic bag in the back seat. I'll jump back there, shit in the newspaper or shit in a plastic bag and throw it out the window. I don't. If I have to go that, or I'll go right on the side of the road. If I have to, I haven't had. I don't want to wish that shit on me, okay? But I haven't had that in a long time. A long. Wait, Lucia,
Lucia.
Lucia. You got you and George loved that. I'm like fucking like I'm like what was it? Streetcar Named Desire. When I was like what
Maria.
Brando. Stella, Lucia, come here. You don't have to come on camera. Just I want your voice. The yes or no.
Result, yes. That, but he's not the synthol guy. He never taken synthol.
Oh,
Sorry.
whatever. He wants to come to this. I don't give a fuck. At this point of the game, guys.
I mean,
You know what's funny? That fucking video of me with the giant balloon arm, which I understand, but I drained it of blood, watched a TLC show. There was no oil. But whatever you guys want to fucking think. I'm tired of it. But that was filmed in like 1999, 2000. You know, I get people to this day. How's your arm? Are you okay? I'm like, motherfucker, that was almost 25 years ago. You know, nobody realizes that. Everybody thinks like, oh, how's your arm? Didn't you almost die? Didn't you almost go to the hospital or whatever? None of that shit. I did not go to the hospital. Lucia.
it was a hematoma. Yes.
Yes, it was hematoma. It was blood. You want to see the video?
Yep.
Jeez, I'll have Joe post it on his channel. Well, you want? I'll give Joe exclusive to the video. You can watch. It's 45 minutes. You'll be really bored. There's no audio because I somehow or other I clicked. It was a VHS film, so that's how
Yeah.
long ago that was. So I converted it to DVD, but then no, you can hear because there's no audio. Somehow or other, I must have hit the mute button, whatever
Yeah.
I hit. But you could see me talk like that. I was on the phone while I was doing it, and it was Bob Bonham.
Right?
What Bob Bonham? I was on the phone with Bob Bonham, and fucking after a while, the needle was like a fish hook going in there, right this, and I pull it out and I squirt it into a jar, pull it out, squirt it into a jar. There was no pus. It wasn't an infection. There was no oil. It was blood, dead blood. You could see it. You want to see it? Fucking looks like almost like wine. You know, it's hematoma blood. But
Yes.
whatever you guys want to think, okay? If that's the case, I give all now. Do my arms look like that now? No. You know what I mean?
No, but you're still in good shape. You're still in great shape.
Yeah, I'm in really good shape actually. Even though I lost a lot of weight, that actually helped because now I'm like really hard and everything. But
I was that strong and shapely with the 40th anniversary over the weekend. We won some. I won actually the contest, and I got some. They gave me creatine or something and all a bunch of stuff. I won something. Yeah. What else? But it was the gym. I saw a picture of Jimmy the Bull on the wall. All the other pictures of you. It was crazy. And that's your equipment, you said.
yes, some of it was my equipment. I gave Bob when I closed my first gym. My first gym, like the one, the side lateral one, Joe, where you're holding there's two handles that come down. You stand there and you stand on a box or whatever, and you fucking go like that.
Yeah.
That was homemade.
Wow.
My old partner made that. We made a lot of stuff that he has in there. Even this one, two of them in there that we made that he took. A bunch of them. And then I got some from Johnny Ladd's gym, but that was my next. I had three gyms. I had the Peekskill Fitness Center. That's where Lee Haney trained. Lee Haney, Laura Cravell, Vince Taylor, Tanya Knight, Renelle Javier, fucking Dean Caputo, John Defendis.
Lee just jumped on.
Huh?
Lee's on the channel. Lee's on.
Lee, my boy Lee.
Lee,
what's
up?
Lee? I hope you're feeling better, Lee.
You're feeling better. I know you had COVID.
Yes, Lee's the best. Anybody is fucking Lee is the best, man. I love Lee. He's a great guy. He's fun to be with. And when we're together, we don't talk about bodybuilding. We talk about everything but bodybuilding. Because he's the man.
Great.
He's a multi-talented guy, dude. Fucking Lee does race cars and all that shit. Dude, I don't even know how to put gas in the tank of my car.
You leave your car running all day.
Lee could if I had a race with Lee, right? And I had my car and Lee was just running, he could probably beat my car because my car's that bad.
Yeah, I haven't seen the roll down windows in a long time too. I saw your car. The handle,
yeah, the crank handles, and you know what's funny? They broke off in the back, so you can't even roll the windows down in the back. You know what I mean? In the one car, yeah, it's bad. It's just terrible.
I was talking about periods, bad blood, etc. Yes, he was.
I still remember Lee.
was-
When I gave Lee that roast beef sandwich, right? Lee looked at me and goes, "What the fuck is this?" Because there's like almost like blood on the bread and shit. And he's like, "What the fuck is this?" And he starts saying like about the lips of a fucking woman that just had like an abortion. And shit. It's like,
Hey, John, you're a fan. Me and Greg are both Yankee fans. We love the Yankees.
oh, dude, they suck. Oh my God, are they in trouble? They're ready to take anybody's picture. Sign fucking Trevor Bauer for Christ's sake. What's wrong with you guys?
I heard Zach Greinke too. They might try and go after Zach Greinke.
Oh, you don't want Zach Greinke. He's
I don't.
Sunday news on Monday. Trevor Bauer is pitching right now in front of in the minor leagues for the Dodgers, and the fucking guy's striking everybody out, throwing 99 miles an hour and everything. He's an enigma, that guy. You
Wow.
know. But
Wow. Well, Chestnut, what's up, Chestnuts? What's up?
hey, Chestnut, what's up, Sean?
What's
So
up, Sean?
it's fucking crazy, man. I don't know, but the Yankees, they're killing me. That's my passion. You know.
He says, "Hey, Greg, do you remember a teenage bodybuilder named Shane Demora?"
Yeah, I used to. I knew Shane Tamora. I drove him around one time, and he was lost in Ohio and shit. So I drove him around. I get pictures of me and him and my ex-wife and everything. Yeah, he was a good kid.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
Shane Demora. I don't know what happened to him. You know, he just one of those guys that just you didn't hear from him anymore. But he was a nice boy. I had him in my car. You know, we were talking and shit. You know, I wasn't really big back then though. You know, that's when I was still natural. I
Yeah.
feel ashamed. I was still natural. You know.
George said Greg has a ashtray and a tape deck in his car. That's
Yes, I do. I do. I
you know, not in cars anymore these days. Really, you don't see ashtrays.
CDs and shit. You know what I mean? I got the ashtray and everything. Yeah, of course I got it. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
You
I
got a vintage. That's a vintage car right there.
yeah. Well, but nobody wants it though. Usually, vintage cars are worth money, and mine's fucking worth like you could probably get more for like turn it in for cans. You know what I mean? For like
Yes, I remember you brought that car to Strong and Shapely.
yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, of course. That car is fucking. I've had that car forever, man. You have no idea.
Wow, you had that a long time. That car.
On my car too. I was calling before. I wanted you to say something. Forget it now.
Oh, really? So, Greg, you got a couple big things coming up. We can't talk about it, but you got some big things coming.
Yes, I got another movie that I'm doing with somebody you guys all know. It's a really good one. This one's going to be a really good one.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. I'll let you know in like 2 weeks when when he gives me the okay. You know, because
Lee just made a good comment. He says, "Why are there still ashtrays in the new planes?" That's
yeah,
a good.
right.
Why do we have ashtrays in?
Yes, she's asking me if I talked to George about. You know, you're right, Lee. Why is there ashtrays in it? You know, it's like it's stupid. The only thing is, I like the smoking thing because I don't smoke, and when we would go to nightclubs and come back, I mean, I would be coughing up like cigarette smoke, and back then hair, and fucking my hair would stink. You go in the shower, and you're like, oh my god, you know what I mean? You were filtering out everybody's smoke.
Yeah, but
But the worst is
Bruno, what's going on?
after I got fucking after I got, after I got locked after I was locked up right at now I'm on probation
Yeah,
private
no
and
one
I'm
watches TV anymore. Great.
what's that?
He said nobody watches TV anymore.
Nobody watches TV according to Dave Palumbo unless it was John or Dave on that show. Forget about it.
Yeah, we're
But what the fuck was I saying? Oh, after I got out of jail, right? I'm driving around with this chick, right?
hmm
I'm on probation, and they like want to bury me. You have no idea. It was Judge Ginny Pirro was the one who arrested me, right? She had a task force. I wasn't arrested by local police or federal. I wasn't, it wasn't feds. It wasn't. It was like It was a coalition of the DA's task force. So now I'm fucking. They're like fucking busting my balls. I'm sitting in a car, right, with this chick, and she's just smoking weed like crazy, and I'm fucking breathing that shit. I'm almost getting high, and all of a sudden I'm going, holy fuck, because I'm getting drug tested. You know what I mean? I'm like, get the fuck out of my car because I'm thinking like, I'm gonna fuck. I never smoked pot in my life. I never even tried it, but I'm gonna test positive from. And people are like, no, you can't test positive. Bullshit. You know when people do that shotgun shit and
Yeah.
they smoke and they blow it in your face and you breathe it in and you get high. Well, I'm
hmm
sitting in the car, it's fucking smoke. I'm like Cheech and Chong, I'm going like this just so I can see the windshield. And I realized, am I out of my fucking mind?
When they sent you to rehab, now they sent you up for probation. You had to go to like class with like a bunch of drug people, right?
Oh,
And you were the only one there for steroids, and everyone sitting down was all like crackheads, right?
yes, bro. They were all like crystal meth, crack, fucking, heroin, and they're sitting there like this, and they're all fucked up people, bro. Let me tell you something. They're everyone, because they're all like people who reuse and shit, and they're sitting there. And you're sitting in a circle, and when there was a woman who was the head of it. She ran it all, and she'd say, "Okay, Greg, what would you like to say to the class?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't really have anything to say because I don't relate to you people because not for nothing. I never did it. I never drank. I never smoked. I never did a drug." And they're like, "You did steroids." And they were all like attacking me. "But you did steroids and you were fucking addicted. Look what you look like." Because I was still really
Yeah.
jacked. And
Yeah.
they're like, "Look what you look like. Look what you look like then. That's you're a fucking addict just like us. Don't point the fingers." And I was like, "Holy shit. Holy fucking shit." You know what I mean? You people, like, they were like, they're sitting in there like, I used last night, and like, I'm just so disgusted, and they're like this, and I'm like, man, you people are shot, I understand they got it bad, you got to clean them out, you can't,
Mhm.
you got to
Yeah.
throw them on a fucking desert island somewhere where they don't have access to nothing, and it's got to be almost a year till they really can seriously clean out. 3 months, 2 months, I've been sober for 2 weeks, that's nothing. That shit's still in you, but
Wow.
they were fucking pointing a finger at me and getting mad. And I was like, okay, okay, okay. I was an addict. I was a steroid addict. And I loved it. I loved it. I wish I could be doing it right now. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's
I
crazy.
had no choice. I was, the judge ordered me to do that shit. I had to sit in there, man. They were like fucking winners in there, man. Oof.
Hey, did you hear this bullshit that they want to ban TikTok? Did you hear that?
Yeah, do you know what it is? They don't want to ban. Wait, see, I think people don't understand, like with Trump and everything. They're saying it. TikTok. Nobody wants to take away your little TikTok if that's what you're into and everything. They're saying they want to ban it until the Chinese, like, to stop the Chinese from running it, because they wouldn't let us run a website. And like, if we had some sort of, TikTok that's in their country, they wouldn't allow that. First of all, they don't allow the same version of TikTok that we have. They don't have that in their country. They don't allow any of that shit. See, they purposely put all that, change little boys at 5 years old, cut off their penises, give them fucking horn. You know, if you're a tranny, you got to grow into that shit. You don't, like, it's all mind fucking. They push all that left wing fucking nut shit. You know what I mean? So
Wow.
they cause dissension with us. So now all they're saying, all the government is saying is that, like the guy from Shark Tank, Dave, who Dave loves because of, Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Um, they are just saying, that guy saying, "I'll take it over. I'll make it nonpartisan because right now it's far left wing. I'll I'll make it nonpartisan, and then people can use it, but no more of the bullshit." Just like what they did with, with Twitter. You know what I'm saying? They cleaned it up. I mean, when, if you sat and said Trump's great, he's fantastic, people fucking, they'll, you get thrown off that shit. You know what I mean? But if you said cut little boys' penises off, they'd be like, "Look at that, great, that's beautiful."
John Mancini saying he heard Congress passed it.
Yeah, what it is though, they want somebody else to take it over. They're saying, we can't have this Chinese run thing because they're causing. Listen, I know, I agree that they're watching you. Everybody's
Yeah,
watching
of
you. You have,
course.
you have no idea. If you talk, you say I love chocolate milkshakes on your phone, and all of a sudden all these fucking apps come up for chocolate milkshakes. So
Of
there, of course, everything you do, as soon as you're on these phones, you're being watched. My friend, my friend's a Secret Service agent. He was been there since Clinton. Matter of fact, Chelsea Clinton used to have a crush on him. He's a really good looking kid. Now he's still there. He's still a Secret Service agent. And he used to tell me back then that they could. He used to say, "Dude, I don't have no fucking easy pass. Fuck that chick." He goes, "Because they can, they can track you. We can track you through your easy pass." So what I'm saying is, that's back in the '90s. He was telling me that shit. Think about today with these cell phones. All listen, all they're saying is we don't want the Chinese to know that, because they're causing election interference and dissension. They're trying to start all that, inclusive shit, equity, all
Hmm.
that fucking, LGBTQ. Nobody's fucking, come on, guys. Every one of us, I'm fucking with high school in the '70s. There were gay kids in school. Nobody beat them up. There were lesbians in school. Nobody beat them up. You know, I didn't really see trannies, but what I'm saying is, I know trannies fucking forever. I worked in that industry, with the fucking, I worked in a club. It was a gay club and everything. Used to have tranny night and all this shit. But what I'm saying is, what my partner Paul and a bunch of all the guys were straight. Now, the trannies were using the girls' bathroom back then, and the guys were. They'd go in a sound factory. There's guys, girls. There's two girls and a guy, or a guy and two chicks fucking
Yeah.
around in a stall next to you.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, you're right.
So what the fuck is that? So you think like all of a sudden when Obama said, well, you could, we're allowing transgenders to use the male, but what they did was they allowed fucking you or I saying, well, I identify as a girl today, so I'm using the female bathroom. No tranny wants it. They don't want to look at no fucking little girl's fucking twat or some little boy's penis. It's just like not every gay guys don't like little boys. That's so fucking sick. That's mambler. That's a sick fucking shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Gay guys, my friend was gay. God rest his soul, he's dead now. But he used to tell me Ronnie Coleman is hot. And I'm like, oh, I love Ronnie. But I don't know, to say he's hot, like, but like if you like guy, he likes masculinity. He doesn't like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna go look at some little boy with a little penis. That's a sicko. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Same thing, but it was to look at, and that's what they did. They opened up the door for pedophiles to say, well, I identify as a girl. You're not a fucking girl. You're a fucking mess. You know what I mean?
Kevin, what's up? Kevin Callahan's on.
Hey,
Captain
Cat, come on,
Douche
man.
on. What's up, Captain Douche Muscle? Gary DeMarco, what's going on, man? How you been, brother? Molly Brown, what's going on? Star Wars. Yes, I'm a big Star Wars nerd. I'm a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah,
So
I remember. I
yeah,
like Star Wars.
exactly. Yeah, but I don't know. That's crazy how this world is, Greg. But that was the first time I saw when I went to the Sound Factory in New York in the clubs. That was the first time I ever saw men and women sharing the bathroom. I was like, what the
Dude,
fuck?
I was taking a dump in the Sound Factory once. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I tell that story all the time. And fucking, I had guys and girls looking over the side. I'm like, yo, get the fuck. I'm going to the bathroom. Because they think like, because they're fucking around or doing blow in the next door. They
Drugs going.
think I'm maybe a fucking around. And I'm legitimately going, dude. I remember I ate a sausage and pepper wedge and shit. Like Jimmy the Bull. Me and Jimmy the Bull eat that shit. So anyway, I ate a sausage and pepper wedge. I'm there. I take the, I'm in there and I walk in and I see, Kelly's in there, Kelly Ryan, who married Kelly Titus,
Yeah.
Craig Titus. And I'm friends with Kelly. She's a good girl. I loved her, man. She was a good girl, you know? So I'm
Yeah.
in there and I'm talking with her and I'm like, oh man, I'm going to shit my pants. So she leaves. I go out, I shit, right? I come out, the fucking bathroom reeks and fucking, because when you eat sausage and peppers, bro, forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
And Victor Martinez walks in, right? And he goes, damn, man, it fucking stinks in here. And I said, I know, Kelly Ryan just took a shit. Kelly Titus just shit in the bathroom. Because, he's with us. I'm with
Yeah.
Victor. I'm with
Mhm.
Craig Tyson. And he sees that she just went to the bathroom. So I blamed her. I said, bro, she just shit up a storm in here, man. I was like, holy fuck, you know?
Yeah.
So
I would.
they all thought it was Kelly. But you had people looking over the fucking booth. I'm like, hey, fucking get out of here, man.
Mhm.
Because they're in the fucking booth fucking around doing blood. You have any coke or whatever, fuck that shit.
Yeah, yeah. Because you see them all doing stuff in the bathroom, coming
Yeah,
out and
using it. The boys and girls use the same bathroom. Nobody gives a shit.
same fucking bathroom. And you see them the girls just changing their fucking wiping their fucking pussy, do whatever, and you just be like, what the fuck? It's
Is
crazy,
that
man.
it's just said something I can't see. That I'm on a
Lee,
phone, so it's this big. I can't see shit now.
Lee said I gave her first trophy when she won about
Wait,
talking
I
about Ryan. Lee gave her first trophy when she
yeah,
won.
Lee, she's a if you Lee, you know her. I know her person. She is a good girl. I mean, when I look, I got along really well with Craig, but he's a maniac. That was a mismatch. I never understood that one, to be honest with you. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? All
I've
that
met
stopping.
Titus.
She was a little uncomfortable with that. I could tell stories here, but there's guys I'm still friends with that they wouldn't
Yeah,
like. It. But you
she
know,
said she told Lee she would never date a bodybuilder, and then go figure she ends up with fucking a killer, Craig Titus.
she. I mean, you see corrupt. I mean, I've seen that before with others. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Uh, you start get in this industry, get with the wrong people. I can name a few others that I'm not going to say because one involves somebody who's really big in sport. But the thing is, she was a good person. I used to talk with her forever. You know what I mean?
yeah.
She was so down there. She was cute in her way. She was a cute girl. You
Right.
know, but
Yes,
then
Maria, I'll get Maria a tank top. Yes, I'll get her a tank top. Um, but I met Craig Titus twice in the Sound Factory, and both times he was completely out of his mind. He didn't know what he was doing. He didn't even. I mean, he couldn't even talk. He was so cracked out of his head.
yeah,
I don't
but
know.
we were all in a group. You know what I mean? And I don't do drugs. And Bob Bonham didn't party like that either. So we were the only ones that were not lit. Kamali was there. I don't think Kamali was lit, even though I know that he had some shit on him. He
No,
was all right. I get along with King really well. He's good. You know what I mean? But I
Elisa,
told you,
remember Debbie Dobbins?
what's that?
Debbie Dobbins.
Debbie Dobbins, bro. I have her last cassette tape that she did because, bro, I was doing a woman's extravaganza with Bob, right? It was the greatest job I ever had in my life. I had to watch where the women would change in the back room. And
Mm-hmm.
I actually had to watch the door, but they had me watch from inside because other people were breaking in and shit, and I'd have to chase them out of there. And those girls were walking around stark naked. And Debbie Dobbins was such a nice girl, man. But, she got caught in that. Literally, that was like in September, October. A month later, she was caught in that fire.
House fire. She
Yeah,
died in the
yeah, she died in a fire. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think Tommy Marinelli's house in a city. What happened was there was a Christmas tree that went on fire, and they were sleeping upstairs. He ran out of the house in the front, and she went up towards the attic. You don't go up in a fire; you go down. And she died in that fire, Debbie Dobbins. But I have her last. I remember because I was, she was gave me her tape to hold, and I never gave it back to her. She left, so I have it. I have it somewhere, her last posing routine. It was literally like a month before she died. She was a really nice kid. And she would, bro, all those girls were stark naked. They'd be talking to you and shit. And they'd be like doing their makeup, and other girls would be like spraying them and stuff. And I'm like, I was like that. Like, again, I always say it, it's like that guy in Revenge of the Nerds. Oh, hair pie. You're looking left and right. Asses, nice little asses back then. None of his big shit and striated shit. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
it was nice.
John Saldi says he remembers Robbie Lopez. Yeah, Robbie Lopez. I remember
Yeah,
Robbie.
John, I didn't want to say that, but Robbie's my boy. I was there when
I know Robbie.
sitting around and
Yeah,
just
sure. Yeah, Chris Cormier is going to be coming on soon. I actually talked to him. He's going to come on. Hey, did you hear about also Mark Coleman, the UFC fighter? He his parents' house was on fire. He ran in and saved his parents, but got smoke inhalation. He's on life support.
wow. You know
Yeah,
what's funny? He's another one. I think he has like when you see him, you can tell he's either took too many shots to the head. Yeah, I liked him when he was a fighter.
yeah, he was a good fighter.
Either
I
took too many shots to the head or he's on fucking drug because he was a little
have him and Matt Kerr, the Smashing Machine.
Oh yeah, he's another one.
Yeah, so yeah, but he's on life support right now because he had
Oh
the
and I hope to God he gets through that.
yeah.
I liked him. I liked Mark Coleman. Dude, that guy was a fucking killer, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh,
He
he just woke up in the hospital today. There's a video of him talking and crying. Oh, that's great news.
You
That's
know what
great.
it is, though? Those guys all got so hooked on painkillers.
Yeah,
Joe
they did.
Piazza, I did some interviews with a lot of those guys, and some of them were like, you should have heard one with Artie Lang.
Mm,
Me and Joe did Artie Lang, and he was talking to us. He was laying in bed. He was like, and I'm like,
yeah.
what? You know what I
Lang's
mean?
nose. Artie Lang's nose is
Yeah,
completely
it's rotted off. It rotted off.
fucking off, man, from all the fucking shit he did. He was doing. He was working at a gas station for probation, right off of Route 7, right off of Route 3 here. Off. They
Oh,
had a. They made him. The judge made him work at the gas station for probation, making 8,000 an hour, and he was pumping gas. And I pull up, and I'm like, "Is Artie Lang pumping my gas?" And it was fucking Artie Lang. He said, "Oh yeah, the judge. That was his probation. He had to pump gas."
dude, I love it. I'll tell you who else was really fucked up. We did Eddie Money. Remember Eddie Money?
Yeah, I remember
He
Eddie.
was another one. And I'm like, what? Some of these guys were really, really shot. We interviewed so many superstars. It wasn't even funny, you know? But that Eddie Money and him were probably the two worst that were really lit when they were
Oh
talking.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
really lit.
Eddie Money. He was no joke. Yeah, Um, just letting everyone know that brother George and us, the Zapata brand, is now sponsored by Ringside. So you go to
See?
Ringside Products and you put save 40%. You get your Ringside products, and we are sponsored by Ringside now.
And don't forget, guys, please, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but subscribe here because me and Joe got a lot of plans for Thursday nights,
Yes, we got a
So
lot of things going on.
And if you want to see George is fighting soon. We got to make sure that he has a little bit of an injury, so we got to make sure that that can go through. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
want more to him. We talked a little bit today, but Teddy Atlas is talking to him. Because we're all going to be there together. What's the other one? Not Ray Mercer. Who's got
Tim Witherspoon,
Tim Witherspoon? All them.
a
So
lot of pro boxers. We're going to be there and have a good time. Hopefully, everything goes well with the fight. We hope, we pray.
right.
So subscribe to the Zapata Brand Boxing Podcast. George has a lot of great guests going on. Like and subscribe here with me. Saturday, I'm going to be at a big show in New York by Jimmy the Bull. I actually text Jimmy, said, "Hey, if you're going to be around, meet up with me because I'm going to be in his area in Huntington. I'm going to be with Kurt Angle, The Big Show, Mandy Ramoni. You're one of your friends, right?
Well, I grew up. I grew up with her mother. I actually had a crush on, Mandy from her real name is Amanda Sacramento, but she went here. She grew up in my town with me. My
Hmm.
nieces and everything. They all went to high school together with
Yep.
AOC, by the way, AOC too. So they all went to high school together. But Amanda was her mother. Her name was Marianne. Uh, I went to high school with her mother. I didn't really like her uncles, but her mother, I used to have the wicked crush on her mother, but she didn't. She wanted no part of me. You know what I mean? She was older. That's why. Like, she ain't gonna go dipping to a young. It's the one, probably the only time I really liked a girl that was older than me. You know what I'm saying? But we were in high school together, and she was Amanda's mother was so fucking cute in high school. My God, she had that jet black fucking hair with those big brown eyes that I love. You know what I mean? But that we're talking about Mandy, the girl that now that does the WWE stuff.
Yeah.
Mandy.
W-
Yeah, real name is Amanda Sacramento. But her mother, man, whew, her mother was my girl in high school. And I went to, her aunt, who's her mother's sister, was in
Yes.
my class. We were always in class together. And I probably could have dated her, but I liked her mother, Mary Ann. That was Teresa that was in my class. But so, I went to school with a lot of, my town, we spit out a lot of famous people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's true.
There's
Kevin, I'm going to work on that merch for you. Greg was in and out of the hospital, but I'll get it to you. Like I said, Greg was in and out of the hospital, but I'll work on getting that merch for you. I'm going to ask the Big Show if I'm going to talk to him on Saturday, and hopefully he can come on and see. I'm going to ask him and talk to Kurt Angle, you know. But
Yeah, Kurt Angle and me and Bob Bonham wrestled
mm,
Kurt Angle
mm,
fucking around in a parking lot of Strong and Shapely Gym, and he had me in a headlock and stuff, fucking around. He's a good guy. I
yeah,
mean, a while ago, you're talking. I mean, Bob's been dead a couple of years, but you're talking about, I don't know, maybe 12, 14, 15 years ago. You know what I mean? But Kurt was. He was fucking around with us. He had me in a headlock. Then he put Bob in a headlock. Then he had us both. We tried to take him on two at a time,
mhm,
playing around though, guys. So
mhm.
but he had us both in headlocks, and he was fucking around. Then he was making leaves, punching me in the face and shit. But he's a good guy, Kurt Angle. I like him.
Yeah, he is. Hey, Skip, where's my Skip? You should have got the autograph by now, though. You should have got Greg's autograph, Skip. But I'll send you the other stuff soon. Just that Greg's been in and out of the hospital. I'm
Wait,
working.
that thing for him a while ago. He didn't get that
Yeah,
yet.
he should have got the autograph, Skip. I sent that out, so he should have
Yeah,
got.
because I remember doing John Mancini
Yeah,
and
sent a bunch out. So if anyone else didn't, just email me and I'll get them to you. But Greg's been in and out of the hospital, so I kind of was a little bit patient with what he's got to do. I want to make sure he's healthy first, guys, and then we'll get back to everything. But we'll get you guys. We're gonna take care of everybody. Don't worry about it. Let's see. Who else? Terminator Juice. What's going on, Greg? I love you. In the gym right now. Finish my crazy day. I wish Greg could let us say hi in person. Well, Terminator, we're trying to think about doing something as
okay.
a meet and greet with Jimmy the Bull and trying to get everyone together.
Yeah, we all live like Joe and I live closer to Jimmy
Yeah,
lives on
a little
Island.
farther.
I see Jimmy, here and there, but we can't, we talk on the phone every day. But we can't get together as much because he lives in Long Island,
Yeah,
and that's a different. If you know anything about New York, Long Island's its own entity. You know what I mean? That's over the
yeah,
bridge, woods. You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit.
yeah,
Where Joe's in Jersey, and Jersey
yeah.
and New York,
New York,
brother.
we're right next to each other. He's like a half hour, 40 minutes the most. So
What?
when as like I said, Greg's been sick. The weather's going to get better. I'm going to see him. We're going to do that Delt video together. We're going to be doing some stuff together.
Yeah,
So
we'll get Jimmy and we'll do a meet and greet where you can meet us guys. You know what I mean? We'll do it somewhere. We'll figure it out. You know what I mean? We'll have a little get together and shit. And
or
we'll.
live in Australia. Yeah, me and Greg are going to come to Australia, Lee.
Oh,
We're
I
going
would love Lee. Lee would. You know what? When Lee comes here, Lee, when you're in New York again, we should do something like that. But then again, I don't want to put too much stress on the guy because he's got so much other shit he's
to
doing here. The last thing he needs to do is that. But
Jersey.
he's got to come over and eat more of the Lee Haney pasta. Now I gotta get him better food. He told me get junk. You know what I mean? So, but I'm gonna get him better food next time. We'll have a blast. I'll get Jimmy to fucking come up too.
Sandro, what's up? How you been?
Sandra,
Bobby. John, hey guys. Yes, guy. Kurt Angle had some serious neck and nerve problems. He did. Adam McNeil says, Greg, remember the serial killer that was stalking you? That's a yeah, that's
yes. Yes, yes, I do. And that guy is like I think he died in prison. I'm not sure. Did he die or is he still alive? Fuck, I don't know. I got to look it up. But yeah, dude, that was if I was like fucking if I was gay, I would have been dead. I'm gonna tell you that now because he was trying to get me in that car, and I was like, dude, get away. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You know, after a while, first I was too stupid to figure out what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but he had sweat. I remember when he was talking to me, he had a little bit of sweat dripping down his face. Like you could see that there was something. You know, if he would have got me in that car, he would have hit all locks. You know what I mean? And I'm young. I was young at the time. I was maybe 21. You know what I mean?
Yep, yep.
I was
John,
young.
John Mancini said he'll be in Jersey in June. So, John, if you're in Jersey, let me know, brother. We'll hook up. We'll definitely hook up.
Where do you live now?
Uh,
Where does he live now?
no, me and Greg, I'm not going to the New York Pro. No, it's on the
Yeah,
18th. I probably won't. I will be going to Guy Sistorino's opening of his gym at the end of, I think it's at the end of this month. Forget what it is. Guys,
sister, sister Nino.
Cena Nino. Yes, yes, Nino.
If you call him Sister Reno, he's gonna get upset.
Yeah.
Guy's my boy, bro. I love Guy. I know Guy a long time. He's my boy. He actually trained at the gym I owned. You know what I mean?
Powerhouse Gym, right?
Yeah, Powerhouse. I think I was away at the time. I might have been in jail when he did it. I don't remember, but I knew he trained there and stuff, you know, because he
Yeah.
was dating a girl that lived in, my town.
Yes, yes. He was at the Strong and Shapely event.
Yeah, Guy's a great guy, man. I know he has a little bit of health problems and stuff, so I wish him the best.
Hope he
You know,
does all right.
that guy's a butcher too. You know, talk about a hunter. That guy could freaking go out and kill a deer or a fucking bear and like cut it up into little steaks and shit. You know, he knows just the right ones to eat, like the right meats to
Mhm.
eat, and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
There's an art to that. You know.
Have you heard of a famous bodybuilder named Bernie Gores?
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. No, suffered a major neck injury.
No.
How many East Coast Guineas can we get on this chat? Hopefully a lot. Hopefully a lot. We can get a lot on here. Like and subscribe, guys. You know,
Yes, please.
like I said, like and subscribe. We're going to be doing some more things. I'll be at a big weekend for me. I'm going to be at the show, big event in New York. I'm going to see Big Show, Kurt Angle. I mean, Jesus, there's going to be so many people there. Ray Boomer Mancini, Jerry Cooney. I mean, everybody's going to be there. So it's going to be fun. They're going to do some shout outs for the channel, and hopefully they're going to come on. So we'll see, see what happens. But I don't know. So Greg, what else is going on with you?
Hey, the same shit, Joe. I'm just a dog chasing his tail. I'm still, I just started working out again, so
Yeah.
I'm getting back. I mean, I'm coming back pretty good. The only thing is that the weight I got to watch. I'm trying to gain the weight, but not too much. Because I don't want to get fat.
Mhm.
But the thing is, it's hard because I can only eat very little carbs because I'm a diabetic and I have swollen liver because of all this bullshit, so I gotta, carbs would kill the liver. So I gotta watch my sugars and carbs and I can't eat fats. I gotta keep my fats low. Okay. So no red meat, which is killing me. So I'm eating none but fucking turkey breast, fucking egg whites. I throw gravy on that spaghetti sauce because that's the only way I can tolerate any of that shit. You can only eat that so much. That's
Mhm.
what before just before the show here, my girlfriend Lucia texts you, see, yeah, Greg's just eating. So I was eating fucking nasty turkey breast. I could only eat that shit so much, and it's like that's pretty much it. But I'm getting diesel right now.
Yeah. Sorry, Jamal. No, we're not dating.
Who
Sorry.
who's dating?
I know somebody said we're us two are dating. It's just one of the probably a troll.
Oh
Jump.
God,
We're dating.
yeah,
We
we're all,
wish.
we want to have a threesome with you. So why don't you give us your name,
Trolls in the chat.
privately
Normal.
message your name and number to us, and we'll have a threesome with you. But you got to get that. You got to get a butt plug and open up that hole.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. Yep.
Leo come here with a broomstick and stick it up there.
That's Lee. So Lee will be. So he said he'll be in Jersey, probably maybe because he's doing Apollo Gym process. Apollo and Gym.
Yeah, but I think he said to me, correct me if I'm wrong, Lee, if you're still here. I think he said to me that he has to push it off. It was supposed to be in March this month, but I
Yes.
think
And he
push
had
it off.
to push,
I think they're
right.
working on the project and it's not ready yet. So
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think that's what Lee told me.
Yeah. It's probably
If I'm correct.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I think that's what he said. I'm
I
not
think
sure.
I
Greg,
see. I think I
Greg,
see.
movie buff like Lee.
What's that?
Adam McNeil said, "Are you a movie buff like Lee?"
Oh yeah, I do. I watch movies all the time. I love movies, man. I love I'm a big movie buff. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't watch TV. I either watch, I'll watch Fox News and shit because that's what. But and my boy Charlie Gasparino, who I grew up with and shit since we were little boys, is my best friends. We're still good friends now. We go out sometime one Friday out of the month together. He's on there. Whenever you see Charlie Gasparino, he's on Fox Business News, but he always goes on Neil Cavuto and all that stuff. And
Mhm.
I've been, they've been talking about me on there with him. That's the time where I don't know if you guys know really fast. I've told this story before, but Charlie Gasparino and I, like I said, we grew up as little kids together. And when Bob Bonham died, he wrote to me, "Hey, Greg, man, what happened to Bob? Everything, let's get together. We got to, we need to get together and talk about, things and stuff." So I wrote to him. Okay, uh, shoot me a text or some shit like that, and let's hook up
Mhm.
on Facebook. Right? We were talking back and forth on Facebook. Facebook banned me, said I was trying to sexually hit on him.
Oh
And
my God.
what? So he got mad and he wrote to, he got a hold of Facebook. Of course, he's in the news industry. So, and then it was on Neil Cavuto where he's like, "Bro, I'm talking to my friend." And then they showed a picture of me all jacked and shit. And Neil
Mhm.
Cavuto's like, "Oh my God, I hope he's not going to come here and get mad." He's like, "No, no, no, he's my friend. But we're childhood friends." And he said to me, "Let's, shoot me a text with it. Let's hook up." And they
Mhm.
actually thought like I was like trying to hook up like a date or something.
Oh
He's my fucking
God.
friend. It's so Facebook quickly reinstated me and
Mhm.
that's how fucked up they are. Somebody sent me a long time ago, like 3 years ago, like a video clip. It was
Mhm.
AI and it was AOC sucking a dick, right? And she's over there sucking a dick like this and at the guy. And he's like, "Look me in the eyes," and she's like, "Oh," and licking the dick and everything. And then she going, "Don't come in my mouth." And he goes, "Oh, come on. I have to come in your mouth. You need that protein." And she's like, "But don't come in my mouth." "Okay, then come in my mouth." And she's sucking a dick. Now somebody sent that to me, right? So all I did, this is a private message. All I did was forward that to one of my friends, right?
Mhm.
And then fucking Facebook put me in timeout for like 30 days because they said sending. I'm like, dude, that's a private message. Where you motherfuckers looking in my fucking, but if that was Donald Trump's wife or something like that, they would have said, post that on your, post that on your wall or something. You know what I mean? But because it was AOC, one of their little lefties, you
Mhm.
know, I knew everybody knows it wasn't a real video. It's an AI, but it looks just, I mean, you would swear it's her, but
Mhm.
uh, anyway, so I got fucking suspended for 30 days for that. And it's a private message.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man, that was fucking
He's,
crazy.
well, next will be TikTok will be gone. Then it'll be next will
Oh,
be
by the way, did you guys see? I love Eric Kavinsky or whatever you say his name, Shavinsky, Kavinsky, whatever.
I
Dude,
know.
that motherfucker makes me laugh my ass off. I don't know how he does those pranks with a straight face, but did you see he was doing that with he pranked he was trying to prank what's his name? He was trying to get with Sam Salik and all that shit
Yeah.
and of course what's his name blew his fucking cannon over there, Haas.
Haas, yeah.
And then they were calling, and Eric's like, "Yeah, he's pimping his boy, pimping. They're using my because I
Yeah,
I coined him the pimp. You know what I mean?
yeah, using your
And he
word.
can't, he was acting all tough guy. Fucking dude, don't. What an angry human to be walking around angry like that. Suppose you don't give a shit what people say, you don't care and all that stuff, but you're so angry. Get rid of the
And he
anger. You
got
remember what I say? You said nobody listens to me. Why are you so? I know that if I saw your person, you'd be all bent, But I have no fear of that shit. Trust me, you know.
yeah,
Don't
he's fun.
anybody, guys who act like tough guys are not tough guys. I'm gonna tell you, true tough guys don't do that shit. You would never know. Like no guy's gonna tell you to smash you in the face. They just smash you in the face. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So when a guy says that, all these guys I see, all these guys that act like tough guys, I'll kick your ass. When they have those fights online, right? I'll
Mhm.
kick his ass, and if I see him at the expo and all that bullshit, that's
Yeah,
it's
right. You're
all
right.
bullshit. How many
All
times guys threatened Eric Kavinsky, right? "Oh, I'll kill you. I'll kick your ass.
yeah,
Get out of my fucking face." I never seen anybody put a hand on him, though. Nobody's
nope,
talking. The
no.
one guy where he was in I think the Muscle Beach, that big tall dude. You know what I mean? He ran it like he chest bumped him or something like that. But still, you know,
Yeah, I like Eric, and he's a big guy.
dude, he is a big guy. But I think he's funny. How does he do that
Hmm.
with a
Yep.
straight face? I could never. Dude, he did this new one where he's a Brazilian guy, right? I was laughing my fucking ass off. Nobody recognized him. He's actually a good looking guy, you know, shaved the beard. He had the blonde hair with a
Yeah,
Cooperline
yeah,
head. Fucking, you
yeah.
know, he had a Brazil shirt on, and he was faking out everybody. It was great.
Yeah.
I love.
It's pretty funny. I like when he does the Russian gangster.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but see, they wouldn't let him in because they used to. So he shaved his beard and everything. He's all clean
Yeah.
shaven. Yeah, I
Okay.
like the Russian gangster too. But I like when he pranks other bodybuilders and stuff because they're all like so bent. A
Yeah.
lot of them. A lot of them get so. What do you get that bent over for?
Mhm.
What do you
Yep.
care, dude?
Yep.
If I fucking wanted to kill everybody that like talk shit about me, this whole article is most hated man. This fucking guy sent on, and
Mhm.
then the world would be like on
Yep.
my. I'm like peace unless you put your hands on me. You put your hands on me, then I have then I'm gonna do bad things. You know what I mean? But I'm
Mhm.
just saying, I'm not gonna go to jail because you're a tough guy. You got to hit me to touch me first.
Mhm.
You know?
He would go to these things and the expos, and he would with a scale, and they would get mad over him
He
asking them
was
for
just yeah at the Arnold,
I
but
don't
he
know.
wasn't allowed to be there, so he shaved his face. He went in with a wig on and a Kubelina on his head and
Mhm.
beanie and shit, and nobody knew it was him. It was fucking great. It was great. You
Yeah,
know?
pretty funny, But I saw that Haas got all pissed off at him, and
He got all pissed off. You know what I mean? Oh, get out of here.
yeah, because he was holding up the Sam line.
Make me get out of here. I'm here. I paid to get in here. And it's my, it's an expo. You don't like fucking. If you don't like it, well, you walk away. Why do you sit there and argue? I don't understand. How could you live your life so angry and wanting to like attack and always like, you know what I mean? That's
Lee,
an.
Sam talking to Greg Doucette, and Haas got mad and said, "Why are you talking to him?"
What happened?
Lee said that Sam was talking to Greg Doucette,
Oh, really,
and Haas got mad at him and said, "Why are you talking to him?"
dude? I mean, is that a jealous boyfriend? What is that shit? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that. You can't be like that. You know what's going to happen?
Property.
You're going to get like that, right?
Mhm.
Eventually, people are going to start not liking you, and you're going to lose people because of that. It's going to affect even a kid. You can't do that. You
Mhm.
can't like that. Just let the anger go.
Yeah.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And you're a businessman, but if it's really pissing you off that much, have somebody else handle it. But do it in a. I mean, you don't have to be like that. The guy's a public person now. You know what I mean? So you gotta let him be Rich Piana never fucking threw people out of there or turned down people or somebody said, Rich, can I get my picture taken with you? Sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He
Exactly.
he didn't act like, you got money, you gotta buy a supplement, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. You don't do that shit. After a while, that's not nice. You're gonna lose people. It works to a certain extent, and then all of a sudden now the valley's gonna come the other way. But
Yeah.
stop being angry, bro. Let that go. Let that go. You're not a tough guy. Look, you're not a tough. This sport is full of guys that think because they're jacked. How many times those guys got in Eric Stravinsky's face and start telling him, "I'll kick your fucking ass," and then we said, "Oh well," the other guy even said, "Let's go outside." You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
The other
And then,
guy's like,
and the guy not going outside. Listen, just because you're jacked, okay? How many fucking jacked fucking guys I'm talking about bodybuilder type jacked. How many jack guys are in the UFC? None. You know what I mean? Yoel Romero's considered like the big jack. He's not jacked like a bodybuilder. He's built and
yep.
he's a big, nice, built guy.
Yep.
But he's not no body. But those guys are the first one on the ground. Trust me.
Yep.
All
Winward attack. What's up,
yeah,
Winward? Winward attack. What's up? What's up, brother? How you doing? Cheers.
dude, I know fucking girls that take out fucking big motherfuckers. They'll
Mhm.
fucking roll on you like a spider, and before you know it, you'll be like this,
Yep.
with all
John
your fucking 250 pounds. I'm jacked. I
John
hate that shit.
said
Look
Joey
at
Stacks.
Pujanowski.
What?
Maurice Pujanowski, the strongest man in the world, had to lose 75 pounds because he knew he got, at the first 2 or 3 fights, he kicked everybody's ass because they were scared of him. But then when he fought a real fighter, they knocked him out. You know what I mean? Like nothing. He was like fucking, you know what I mean? And then, Tim Sylvia knocked him out. Has a
Oh,
dad. No, there's not a muscle on that guy's butt. He's a big guy, but you would figure like, here,
mhm.
Maurice, I'll rip out your neck and shit down the fucking hole. You know what I mean? And meanwhile, carrying fucking 500-pound concrete balls. And before you know it, you're the one on the ground like that. And
Mhm.
people can't handle that because a lot of bodybuilding fans think because these guys are jacked, like, they could kick ass.
Yeah, but that's not
I'm
true.
telling you, that doesn't mean anything. It just means they're going to get gassed. They better kill you within the first 20 seconds because a good fighter, after 20 seconds, you're in serious trouble.
That's true. That's true.
You know? You're,
What's happening with the Bambanya?
what
Not
about the
recently.
Babanya?
He said, "Am I still in the Bambanya?" I said, "No, not recently." I
What,
done it.
what,
I done it before,
oh, the
but
Babanya? Yeah,
but
it's good stuff, man. I took a shot the other day. I have to because my fucking
you lost a lot of weight.
incredible shrinking man, because of the thing. My doctor told me, I have two doctors. One told me do it, and the other doctor told me, they're both women, by the way. A woman doctor who's the one who has me on the testosterone, and the other one's like, no, don't do it. It's so bad for you. You're gonna ruin your liver. Your liver's already swollen. And I'm like, wait a minute. My liver's swollen because of a procedure I had. You guys fucked my liver up. Plus, nothing, but you got to watch with the diabetes, eating all that sugar, gives you a fatty liver. So I don't eat any sugar no more.
Yeah,
And everything's shrinking down now, which thank God. But I'm just saying, you know, the testosterone gets absorbed,
yeah,
you know, and I need it because without it, I mean, remember, I abused the living shit out of that stuff. I abused it. So without it, I'm a 10-year-old girl. My nipples start tangling and shit. You know what I mean? I'm like a fucking 10-year-old girl without the juice. I have no testosterone. It ruined that shit. You can't take fucking 6,000 milligrams. I did that for like 5.5, 6 years. I was on steroids. That's it. With that kind of massive shit. Then I got arrested and that put an end to that. But I was taking so much for that period of time. I told you I was pissing brown, and that shit was sitting in me like pools. And 3 years later, it was still in me. You know what I mean? It was like fucking crazy.
I
So
wouldn't be surprised if but in 10 years if they make steroids like they do with marijuana now,
well,
because
you
it's going that way. A TRT.
don't realize that Joe Biden's the one that wrote up that bill,
Yeah,
okay? And Arnold Schwarzenegger stood behind it, Mr. fucking Republican, who was totally Democratic. I don't know where he's total liberal, but he's the one who stood by. Remember, all you older bodybuilders that are watching this, you guys have been following bodybuilding for a while. If you remember, this is a rumor. I'm not saying it's true, but the rumor was back in like 1991 or 90, whatever it was, when they changed the law,
yeah. So
right?
92.
Schwarzenegger was pushing for it to become illegal because I just spit. Sorry, that's an Italian thing. Schwarzenegger pushed pushed it to go through too. Stood behind Biden like yes, they're bad for you. But they were used. The rumor was that he was afraid of Lee Haney breaking his record because if you remember that Chicago fucking where they
Yeah,
started drug testing Mr. Olympia, that one where Lee Labrada could have taken Lee Haney that day. Lee Haney was like 20, 30 pounds lighter than normal than he normally competed at because he was scared. But he still, with his genetics, structure, and everything else, he still won that Olympia. Even though it was close, it could have went to Labrada. And then they stopped all that shit. But Schwarzenegger pushed that because he supposedly didn't want Haney to break his record.
hmm yeah. I wouldn't be surprised though if it becomes legal, because in Jersey it's legal. Marijuana is legal. In New York, I think some places legal.
Oh, I don't know about it being legal. No, it's not legal. I mean, it's only like, if you have a doctor's prescription and everything else. But if you're a girl and you want to transgender into a boy, then nobody's going to touch you with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
You
yeah,
know, dude,
yeah.
when I was on the streets, we were selling estrogen to the trannies. We get, a couple trannies that were like drug dealers and we'd sell tons of estrogen and nobody would ever fucking say a word. You know what I mean? Because it's estrogen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember I got robbed and these fucking guys robbed because they didn't know, the fucking dumb motherfuckers. We had bricks of estrogen. It was estradiol cypionate. Okay. And they saw the word cypionate and they thought it was like steroids and shit. So I got the word. We found out who robbed us and everything. But we got the word that the guys who robbed us, because somebody was selling estrogen cypionate. You know what I mean? And it was steroids too, by the way. So
Wow,
yeah, it was
crazy.
estrogen cypionate. Well, at least saying something. I see. All I see is a tiny. I could see
Yeah.
his.
Adam McNeil said Greg he met Steven Seagal back in 2007. I had his autograph, but he couldn't be bothered to speak. He just folded his arms and turned his head. Yes, Steven Seagal's an asshole. I know
Yes,
stories
Steven.
about Steven Seagal. Lee Priest said Mike Christian should have won that show and said he got third.
Oh yeah, it was Mike Christian. Yeah, I don't remember Lee. I don't. I just remember everybody making a big thing that Lee should have won, Lee Labrada. You know what I mean? I don't remember. I remember the show. I actually watched the show. I wasn't there. I didn't see it live. I remember watching it because back then I was into it. But I just know that Lee Haney, was scared because they knew they were gunning for him, boy. They wanted him. Supposedly Arnold did not want him to break that consecutive record. Joe,
Yeah.
everybody hold on 1 second. I gotta pee, and my pee bucket out here.
Francis,
I'll be back 10 seconds.
got it. So John Saldi says, guys, I personally think that they should, in UFC, MMA, should test guys for total testosterone levels and just have fighters keep it under a certain number. No, I would agree with that. I think they should. I think they should. Win more attacks, said Joe. What is your lat pull down weight for reps? I'm pulling 200 pounds for 10 reps. Actually, Winward, that's about what I do. I could do maybe 15 reps with 200. Let's see. Attack. Great question. Jesus. Sandro, legal in UK for personal use, but not for distribute. See, Sandro, it's in New Jersey, you can get anything you want with weed. They let you do whatever you want. You can go to the store and get whatever you want, Sandro.
I just want to say something about the UFC. Somebody said about the UFC and steroids.
Yeah.
Um,
John
John
Saldi.
said it. Okay, here's my take on that. First of all, if you do steroids, first of all, I think that steroids can actually extend an athlete's career. So look at what it did for Roger Clemens. He pitched till he was like 45. There's a
Yep.
few others like that, okay? And he never would have made it till 45. I mean, when he was with the Red Sox, he was fat and pudgy. When he was with the Yankees, he was a Marine. He had that flat top. He was he had like jack shoulders. He wasn't fat anymore. Now, you can extend an athlete's career with hormone replacement therapy. I think they're on doctor. But in the UFC, if you take steroids, you can do small amounts. But if you do a lot and you get overly muscle, you're going to get gassed. It's going to go the opposite. If anybody here knows about fighting, again, what I said before about all these bodybuilders thinking they're tough guys, get the fuck out of here. Fuck you. Listen, they're not tough guys. I'll bring fucking kids that are 60 fucking 160 pounds from fucking, from the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym where my daughter goes. Okay, it's Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. They'll come in there and they'll take the biggest jack motherfucker and like a spider, they'll have him on the ground tapping. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
they get winded. Muscle has more blood flow than fat. If I had a 300-pound man and I cloned him, and one 300-pound man was 300 pounds of blubber, and the other one was 300 pounds of muscle, the one with the blubber would probably live a lot longer than the one with the muscle. I know you're thinking, no way, fat's bad. Fat gets in your arteries, fat can go around your heart, but we've evolved. There's plenty of fucking older fat people around there, not morbidly obese, but chubby. There's
Yes.
plenty. Your grandparents, they're not Slim Whitmans or nothing. A lot of
No.
them are chubby, okay? But none of them are jack. Can you see an 80-year-old man that's real built? Yes. He's built like Jack LaLanne. He's muscular. He's got veins in his arms, and he's got this little build on. But he's not jacked. There's a big difference
No.
because blood, giant muscles call. The bigger you are, the more blood flow it takes. So if you're this big jacked athlete and you think you're like one of them guys, like and it's really huge, and you're going to go in the UFC, and you may be able to power a guy, throw him around, but let me tell you something. You get gassed real easy, and a really good fighter, it's skill that wins fights, not this. Okay, any Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy will tell you, that it's not your strength in fighting. It's not strength. It's fucking skill. I'm telling you, I've seen girls. My daughter's a fucking, jiu-jitsu fighter. Right now, she's doing boxing. So I'm taking her to a ring and everything. That's neither there nor there. But the thing is, my daughter could take some of those fucking bodybuilders. I mean, she'll wrap them up, and before you know it, she put them in a fucking Kimura or something. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Look, go online, Google it. Girl fights guy. I saw a girl throw a kick and knock a guy out that was like 6'5". You know what I'm saying? And she was a cute, skinny little girl. It happens. It happens. And then in UFC though, you see some girls are taking juice. When you see some of those girls like fucking, what's her name there? The Amanda Nunes. I can't really say for sure she took juice, but we know that Cyborg did. But come on, Amanda's not the most feminine, could she kick my ass? Absolutely, but she kick your ass. You guys watching, she'll kick your ass too. So don't, A skilled fighter's a different animal. Yes,
Yep.
can beat a woman, but not when they're at that level though. When they're a skilled fighter, the average man cannot take a fucking female that it fights in the UFC. It's not going to happen. I don't give a shit who you are. You know what I mean? You're average. Now, can she fight another guy who's a skilled fighter too, a Brazilian jiu-jitsu? That's a different animal. But
Mm-hmm.
if you take steroids in that, you have to be really careful. You got to keep your weight where it is and just get a little bit more diesel. But you
Mm-hmm.
start getting bigger, you're gonna have more blood flow to the heart, and you're gonna get gassed. And in fighting, it's he who can last. Anybody can throw punches for the first 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I think Lee Labrada, Lee Priest was just saying, go hit the bag for 3 minutes.
Yeah, Lee used to do some boxing too. He used to.
Saying that the other day,
Yeah.
I think my thing, Lee said, try hitting the bag for 3 minutes. Okay, go ahead, try hitting the bag for 3 minutes and watch how exhausted you are. These people. Okay, my daughter does rounds. You know what I mean? These
Mhm.
people, when they fight, they do this shit and they build up. So, you're hitting a bag for 3 minutes and you're dead. The bag don't hit back. Okay, imagine fighting somebody who's conditioned and skilled.
Yep.
You're done. I'm just telling you, you're done. You better kill him in the first 20 seconds or you're done. 20
Mm-hmm.
seconds like forever in a fight. Go get in a street fight and watch after 20 seconds. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you.
Yep. We got Brian Pablo here. What's up, Brian?
Oh, Brian, what's going on, Brian Pablo?
Brother. Yep. Glad
What's
about your
the
job.
Aussie buddy?
John said, "What's up? I assume you know my brother from another mother, Carlos Klein." John, I'm going to have to text you about that. I know Carlos. Yes. What else? They saying that your daughter's a tough little girl there, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Well, my daughter has been fighting for a long time, so she does Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Gracie, over here, she's done. She fights in tournaments. Blah 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 blah. But she's now, she does Muay Thai. But right now, she's really concentrating on boxing because my daughter, my mother used to fuck. My mother was a lefty, and my mother could knock you out with one. I mean, my mother hit hard. She had a left hand that was really brutal, and my daughter takes after her. My daughter fucking used to belong to a fight club, and she fought bare knuckle and everything. But I told you that, she fought a girl, and this black chick, and she had the girl, jumped and tried to bite my daughter. She didn't try, she did. She bit her on the cheek, and my daughter took her down, in a jujitsu move. Now this was in a bare knuckle fight. Took her down and had her. This was in New York City. I forgot where they fought. I don't know if it was the. I forgot. I'm not sure if it was the Old Felt Forum. I forgot what the name of the place. I don't know. Wherever all I know is my daughter had her, and it had her by the braids, scooped her arms like this, so the girl couldn't even move her arms. My daughter was on the bottom. It was headbutt
Yep.
like this, where they had to take the girl out of the ring. Everybody jumped in the ring because the girl started to go bit my daughter. But my daughter's a very skilled fighter, so she'll fight two girls at one time. She's crazy. She has that attitude. And she smokes a lot of fucking pot. I don't know what it is with all those UFC guys. You see fucking the Diaz brothers when they're fucking, I
Yeah.
mean, in the ring. I see Nate in the ring like this with a fucking joint in his mouth, or blunt, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yep. What's up, Ruben? Ruben Sanchez is there. How you doing?
Ruben.
How you
Ruben
doing? You know
says,
who actually, Greg? I don't know if you've seen this, but I'm actually going to interview one of the guys who I know. You ever watch that Power Slap?
oh, yeah.
You ever watch that? Well, I know one of the guys who does it, and he's actually might come on with us. I talked to him. That sport is one crazy sport. You see how they do that?
But I got to tell you something. If you know how to slap right, Boss Rutan says never throw punches. He doesn't like punching. He doesn't like the hands. Only in certain instances he'll punch, like give you a liver shot, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't believe in punching in the face. He has he always used an open palm, and if you do it right, you can. It's less. You could break your hand if you throw a wrong punch. A lot of guys know that. I've hit guys where I couldn't move my hand and everything. But that thing is, he has a certain way. If you watch, there's whole videos about Boss Rutan showing how to use a strike and not use fist. He doesn't believe in using fists to the head. He
Mm-hmm.
uses like a palm thing. And if you hit just right, those guys, I saw there's a video of that shit, where they had like these there was one guy who was a monster, and he was like one of the best slap fighters, and he lost to this guy, and he hit his head on the way down on a concrete. Usually they stand behind you and catch you, but he did not get caught, and he hit his head on concrete and died right there. You can Google it. And he was like one of the baddest dudes in that thing. He was a bad motherfucker, big bald guy, looked like a power lifter, and he was winning and beating everybody. But one guy hit him just right, and he went back, and they didn't catch him, and he hit his
Oh,
head on the concrete and died.
wow. I think the reason we like it's I think the sport is a little bit stupid, but we like watching it to see people get knocked out.
Dude, that's fucking crazy though. You,
And then you watch them get knocked out. It's pretty funny.
you watch the girls do that shit
Oh,
sometimes.
that too. Yes.
They fucking stumble back and shit.
Yeah, they stumble back and they got to hold themselves. And I would just smack them and be like, "Okay, you won. I quit. I quit. You won. Just get one smack and
But
go."
there's a way to do it. The guys that know how to do it have their hands a certain way, and when they hit, you don't hit with your fingers. You really hit with the palm, and they
Yeah.
hit in certain spots. If you hit right over here where you make the jaw snap or the head snap, or
Mhm.
sometimes they hit you up in the temple. I don't know. There's a whole way to do it.
Yeah, the guy who I talked to was telling me how he practices. It's all
Yeah,
about hitting your hip and into the motion
right.
and whole spin. He's like, there's a technique behind it,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. If it's like a twerk from you twist.
Mhm,
I mean, almost like in
mhm.
baseball when you twist
Yeah,
your hips. But the thing is, though, I've seen guys that do it, and even girls, and they'll come from back here, but they wind up slapping
that-
more. You can't do the fingers. You have to
mhm,
do the real guys use the palm,
yeah,
and that's kind of the way Boss Rutan
yeah.
does that shit.
My mom should have joined that shit. She smacked the shit out of me enough times.
My mother was tough. Holy fuck. But what do you guys think about Andrew Tate? That shit.
Oh
See, I'm
yeah,
not I'm not really crazy. I have mixed feelings about him. You know what I mean? I think he's like some of the stuff he says is really good, and other stuff he's so fucking cocky and full of shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't think they have him like this great fighter and everything like that. But I don't know. I mean, what did he fight in? Joe Mataraz's kickboxing league. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. He looked awkward to me whenever I see. I mean, people talk about him versus Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul would kill
Uh,
him.
Jake Paul's very talented. He's a very good boxer. He believe it or not, he's very talented boxer.
Well, I saw what Teddy Atlas said.
He's very good.
Atlas said this guy's been fighting for 3 years. He's fighting guys that have been fighting since they were kids. You know what I mean? They came up boxing. They were boxing when they were teenagers, Golden Gloves, this, that. This guy decided to start boxing like fucking 3, 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 5 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Paul versus Tyson. I think it's going to be an interesting fight. I think they're going to play it, let it just go easily. But I think they're going to make it like a draw. Something stupid's going to happen.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's a really strange one. I mean, I know if Tyson ever hits him, but I mean, the thing is Tyson's also, he's 57 years old. And I know I seen him doing it, and he was jumping around. But when you're in the ring, if Jake Paul ever, connects with him, Jake Paul's a heavy hitter. I mean, he starts Tyron Woodley, starts a lot of guys.
yep.
You know,
The one thing about Tyson is he hasn't been hit in a long time. Jake Paul's been hit in fights. He's
57. And, I like what Chuck Liddell said. Chuck Liddell said, his strength, you don't lose your strength is the last thing you lose, but like your coordination and
yep.
you have to be sharp. When he was young, he knew how to like
Oh,
punch, miss, and bob and weave. I don't know. I mean, I actually really like Jake Paul, but in this fight I want Mike Tyson. I just don't want him to lose, you know what I mean?
yeah.
But Jake Paul fights anybody else. I like Jake Paul. I like what they've done. You know what I mean? I just look at that
You know,
shit, you know.
Teddy Atlas told me that Mike Tyson, when he was with them, that when they were starting young, no one believed that he was 17. Everyone thought he was like 21. And they're like, no, he's 17. I think, 17 years old. They're like, no way. Because, in boxing, they fub the numbers, how it's, with the commission and all that stuff. So he's like, no, he's 17. They're like, no, no, no. Let's see his birth certificate. He's not 17. He's 22. Like, no, he's really 17 years
Jake
old.
17 when he was 12. Do you ever see what he looked like when he had
Yeah.
male pattern baldness? Shit. You know what I mean? He was just, I don't know. He swears that Customato, he said, my skill's not natural. I was taught. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? He
Yes.
said, the killer instinct was in him, but the skill set, the way he boxed, was taught by Customato. I just watched him talk about that the other day. And I like Tyson. I really do. I want to see him win. It's
Mhm.
just that, would I bet my house on it? if he was fucking in his 30s, I would bet my house on it. But right now, I don't bet on anything because you never know.
You don't
If,
know.
if what's his name sneaks one in and hits him and he's not ready, I mean, Jake Paul is a heavy punch. It's not like he doesn't have a heavy punch. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Tyson's got a heavy punch too, but you know, you're talking about a guy who, when Jake Paul was born,
Yeah.
Tyson was already champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was already, there's like a
Yeah.
20 something difference there.
Yeah. John said, Salty said, guys, do you think the fight will really happen, even take place? I don't know. That's a good question. I think it's a lot of publicity too. I don't know if it's going to take
I
place.
think it might happen because it's it is. They're making so much money. They might. If I think John Bravo said that it's a scripted thing. It's going to be like,
Brother's saying too, we think they're going to do something scripted where they're going to say, let's just
it's raw or something, right?
let's carry a fight and look decent. Don't get hurt. Don't hurt each other, you know, because that's what I think is going to happen. But I
No,
mean,
but
even Eddie Atlas's opinion on the fight, and he was like, it's like, I don't know. I think it's just all show.
I think though it's such a big gate that like it's going to be one of the most watched fights. I mean, there's people who's not going to want to watch that fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So they're going to watch it. But
Boxing was dead till Jake Paul came in there. You know, I'd
yeah,
like to see Jake Paul just go for the gold, man. Go fight Tyson Fury. I
yeah.
hate the guy. I don't know. I just don't like him. The whole family
No,
with his father acting.
body's so he doesn't look like he's in shape, but he apparently is. You ever see his body?
But there you go. See all you guys, you see all these bodybuilders at the expo. Get the fuck out of my face. Get the fuck.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, fucking Tyson Fury come in there with his fat little gut and his skinny
Yeah,
arms and shit. And you know what he would do to those guys? They'd be blowing him. If he said, get down and suck my cock. You know what I mean? They'd be over there. Okay, okay. You know what I mean? Trust me. Do you guys think because the guy's jacked, that means like, oh my God, he can fucking fight? Because you watch like, superhero things where the guy's always jacked. That's in movies, bro. That's,
hmm
you know,
yeah,
show me one of those guys. Show me, I mean, even Brock Lesnar, when what's his name beat it, when he gets gassed, if he don't kill you in the first round and a half or two, he's dead. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
A big guy like that.
Lee said it would be like Roy Jones and Tyson, fight that they had back in the day. That same thing. Yeah, Lee's right. It's gonna be the same thing. They're gonna just hit each other, keep himself going when make it look for a show. Nothing. They're not gonna hurt each other.
Right, you're right. Lee has a great point there because not for nothing. Tyson was heavyweight. Roy Jones was phenomenal in his era, but he wasn't. He was in a
Hmm.
lower weight class. And there's no way Roy Jones, obviously, even in his prime, could fucking take Mike Tyson in his prime. I mean, Mike Tyson in his prime is a different animal.
Yes, of course. He's a totally different animal.
You
And
know.
then Teddy Atlas said the same thing. He says it's gonna be something, just a little bit show, and no one's gonna get hurt. They're just gonna do
But
it for them.
also said he likes Jake Paul. He said, I like this kid. He
Yeah,
put boxing back on the map and he made things exciting. Even if he's a Momo or whatever, he makes things exciting. I'd love to see him fight Andrew Tate. He would kill him. In my opinion, he would kill him.
yeah. He killed him too. I think so too. But Jake Paul's
I'm
very talented.
in. I see him and he just, he's the same one that put down bodybuilders. Bodybuilders are pussies. He said all that shit because they take steroids and all this other shit. Well, he sits back with his fake ass bullshit. You know, if you watch old videos of him, he was like a fucking Momo back in the day. It wasn't, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But Teddy Atlas, you're gonna meet Teddy Atlas in the fight when we go and everything. Actually, Teddy Atlas, he actually knows Lee too. He knows Lee by his name, and he knows, I've talked to him about you, so he knows. But he knows Lee. He goes, yeah, I know that guy Lee Priest. He's heard of him, so he's like, oh yeah, I know the guy. So, but you'll talk to him because he's asking you. He wants to ask you some
You
lifting,
said talk to me about working out, right?
working out tips. So when you talk, but you'll see, because he actually works out boxing and trains that way. But if he wants to build muscle, it's a little bit different because in boxing you have to have a certain style.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I like that guy. I always liked him because dude, he had one of the best interviews. Was it with
Vlad,
what's the
no,
guy that I was supposed to do a show and then I had the cancer and then COVID?
Patrick Bet.
Thank you. Yes, Patrick. I was supposed to be on a Patrick Bet David show,
Yep.
and he's flying me and Lucia out there. And first he booked me on the 13th of February. That's when I had my first throat surgery.
Yeah. Hmm.
Told him I can't do it. I'll do it in a couple weeks. So after I get better, then in a couple weeks, uh, COVID hit. He wanted me to come out there just for, I could again. I had to have another surgery in March. That year 2020, And then, we couldn't, then COVID hit and we couldn't do it. So then, now he's like, he don't care about bodybuilding. Now he's into all this other shit. But he had a great interview with Teddy Atlas.
Yeah, he did.
Great
You
interview.
you also know the guy who played Federico, played Furio, right?
Yeah.
See him at April. In the April, I'm gonna see him.
Where'd he go?
He's gonna be at that Chiller Expo. Find
Okay.
I'm gonna go see him, say hello. But you know him, right? Because I'm
Yes,
gonna.
he's my friend's cousin. You know what I mean? So we all grew up, and stuff
Okay.
like that. Yes, I know him. I was just at a wedding with him. With
Really?
him, and he's a good guy. He's a great artist, by the way.
Really.
My father was an artist and everything too. So that's in my family. My sister, my father, my mother. I'm just a bullshit artist, but they were
Mhm.
real.
Yeah, John Mancini says Frank Grillo looks amazing. Yes, he does. Frank Grillo, great
Yeah,
guy. Yeah.
I love his movies. What's Lee saying there? I can't see.
Lee said, great. Frank is a great guy, actor. Well, absolutely. Lee and Brian, guy's the best he is. He's very good.
Yeah, I love Frank Grillo. He
Yeah,
always
Frank.
plays a kind of tough guy. He's got nice hair too. Um, he's always, he's a real New York Italian, by the way. Dark skin.
I'm going to
My was dark skin like that.
Stephen Bauer, who played Manny on Scarface. Remember Stephen Bauer? I'm going to be seeing him also. He's the actor who played.
Oh yeah.
He played
Right.
Mano.
Shoot
Yes,
that
Stephen
piece
Bauer.
of shit. Shoot that piece of shit.
Yes, that's him. I'm going to be seeing him actually at April also at that show. I'm going to say hello to him and whatever. He's a good guy who comments a lot on my Instagram. I guess Frank Grillo. I'm not sure. Greg, Pat is an awesome guy.
Pat who?
I don't know who Pat is. Pat, someone who. Gary DeMarco, 30 years old. Mike has a birthday before the fight. Let's see.
Who's Pat?
I don't know who Pat is.
Oh, Patrick Bet David. He's probably
Oh,
talking about.
yeah, Patrick Bet David probably.
He asked me to be on the show like 3 times. I couldn't do it each time. I had the fucking
Yeah.
first throat cancer surgery.
Mm-hmm.
First time was March. Let's see, February 13th.
Mm-hmm.
That was the day I was supposed to be on the show. He was flying me down. He was flying me down. I think it was
Right.
Texas was where he was. They called me a million times. I couldn't do it though. So now I'm Sunday's News on Monday.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm going to be wrapping it up, Greg, because I have to do some stuff tomorrow.
Already?
Yeah, I do. I mean, we've been on an hour and 20 minutes already.
Have we?
Yeah,
I think 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's an hour and 20 minutes we've been on already. We're going to wrap it up. I got some things I got to do. I got to get some stuff ready for this weekend with all these people. Again, I want to thank everyone. Lee, thanks for jumping on, man. I got to talk to you. I got to text you about some stuff. John,
Yes.
thank you. Garrett. Who else? John Mancini, thanks for being the moderator.
Thank you.
Windward Attack, Gary DeMarco, Brian Pop, Sanchez, Ethan Sanchez. Who else? ED, what's going on? Everyone, Morella, Maria, everyone, thank you so much.
Maria's here too. Okay, hey Maria.
Yeah, we appreciate everyone. We love you guys. Like and subscribe.
Because of Morella. Thank you, Maria.
That's a skinny pasta. Are you gonna try that tonight or tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably try it in a little bit.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because I fucking eat that same goddamn shit. I can't eat, carbs and stuff. So I got, war fats. So I'm sitting here eating turkey meat and friggin' egg whites, man. How much could you eat that shit?
No, it's right. Jude Lucerio, how you doing, man?
Jude, what's going on?
Joey D, I got to get together with you soon, man. I know I've been busy. I got this weekend. I got this show coming up. Windward Attack, thank you so much. John, Skip, I'll talk to you. I'll get that stuff out to you guys. We love you guys. Thank you, Greg. I'll talk to you probably a little bit.
Subscribe if you don't subscribe, please, because we're trying to build this up. So on Thursday, so we're not on this fucking split screen shit anymore.
Morella said, "Let me know what you think of the pasta."
I certainly will, Morella. Thanks for prescribing it. Thanks for mentioning it to me, recommending it.
Yeah, so, shitting your brains out later.
No, Joe, is this gonna be? Did you ever eat this, Joe? Joe,
what?
Did you eat this? I know you eat everything Morella cooks. Did you ever eat this shit?
I did have it before. I don't know if I had that one, but I mean, I eat whatever, but I haven't had that one. I don't think. Just tell me what you think about it.
You have the good shit. Morella recommends me the bad shit. I'm just kidding. No, Morella knows I can't. She knows that this is all the shit I can eat. Well, I'm going to give it a try. She said it was good. I trust her judgment.
All right, guys. We love you, Greg. I'll talk to you in a little bit. I got to get some stuff done. Love you guys. Thank you, guys.
I love you guys. All right.